What it do, peeps? It's the Beat Chef from Watch the Damn Tape. Hit that like, that share, that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified when I drop my next video. To my new subscribers, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the show and I hope you get something out of the content. To my day ones, thank you for helping me continue to build this platform and push this WNBA conversation. Indiana goes to the Bay and get their ass bombed with threes. Lose 75-63. In football, I admire coaching. Love Bill Belichick. And I love Bill Belichick for one thing. He consistent. When he had Tom Brady, he had a super weapon. He used his super weapon. But the greatest ability that Bill Belichick always possessed was his ability to adapt. The game changed over time. And he changed with the game. He brought in coaches, defense and offense, had several defensive coordinators, several offensive coordinators, and he kept things moving. Even though he had a way of doing things, he was adaptable. Stephanie White is the opposite end of the coaching spectrum. She's got old school ways, and she's going to do things her way. That's the reason why you don't see Chloe Bibby. That's the reason why you don't see Michaela Timpson. She doesn't like younger players. She wants to go with vets. With that being said, this game was a master class in getting your ass whooped and out coached and not being adaptable. First quarter, weirdest first half in a basketball game I've ever seen on a professional level, when you can't get a damn clock working and then your backup clock is malfunctioning. Several stops and play in the first half. Should have just stood on business and said, you know what, until you get the clock fully functioning, we're going to the locker room. They should have said that. They should have done that. They didn't. The stops and play were annoying. I think they said the first half was an hour and 32 minutes. Ridiculous. But on the court, Indiana, the first play of the game, the first shot of the game was a three-pointer by Kelsey Mitchell. And I was like, okay, here we go with that bullshit. Hero ball. At certain times in the game, it seemed like people were auditioning for their next job. It didn't seem like this was the 6th seed playing. Mind you, Golden State, had just played Washington the night before. I didn't even do a tape on it because Washington got destroyed so bad. It was 51-21 at halftime. That's how bad they put it on Washington. And I started seeing similar threads with this game. Everybody is shooting threes. The most makes, the most attempts in the league know who the F you're playing. That's all they do is shoot threes. They play exactly like the Golden State Warriors, and you played right into their hands. And the thing about this game, it seemed like Indiana at the beginning played with a sense of desperation. Like they got into a fight, they didn't know what to do, and the only thing they said, okay, we'll match. Bad move. Get in that paint. Offensively, it's almost like they didn't want to touch the paint. Possessions where everybody was spread out. They didn't want to attack that zone that the Golden State Valkyries were playing, and they settled for jump shots. And the Valkyries settled for threes. Rupert was getting guarded by Natasha Howard, mismatch, getting abused. Janelle Salon, who I had mentioned on my rookie show, threes. Kate Martin came in, threes. Rupert hit 3 threes in the first quarter. Then came back in the second and hit a 3 to start the second quarter. Meanwhile, Indiana is still shooting jumpers, not getting to the paint. And when they did try to go to the paint, it was erratic, out of control. No way in hell that shot's going to get made. Blocked, easy blocked. Kelsey Mitchell getting blocked. Odyssey Sims getting blocked. It was horrible. They end the first quarter 25-14. I'm like, okay, maybe they'll get their heads out of their butts. It's more stoppages in the second quarter. Second quarter was some of the worst basketball. From the second to the third, more of the same. More individual hero ball by the Fever. Meanwhile, Golden State's just chugging along. They played sloppy too. The announcers couldn't even dress this turd up. They couldn't address it. It was kind of physical, a little chippy. They mentioned that in the broadcast. Indiana looks like they're starting to kind of get it a little. They make a little headway. They end the half at 44-32. The third quarter, arguably one of the top 5 worst performances I've ever seen in women's basketball. They're going back and forth with a comedy of errors. Both teams. Neither team can make a layup. There was a stretch where it was a steal, transition, steal, missed layup, steal, and no points were scored. But there was turnovers on both sides for the longest. Indiana only scored 16 points in the third quarter. Golden State scored 11. Abysmal. But it was the fourth quarter. Mind you, Stephanie White isn't doing anything to stop this tide. Second, and there was some stoppages in play where if I was a coach, I'd have been screaming, kicking, throwing clipboards, something. The Valkyries are coming off of a back-to-back. Even though they didn't really have to play and exert a lot of energy against the Mystics, they played like they had been resting for a couple days. It was weird. I'm starting to really see the dip in Natasha Howard. At one point in this game, Natasha Howard, between the third and to the fourth, Natasha Howard traveled on like 3 different possessions, and one they didn't even call it, and they could have. She 4 times. I mean, it was the weirdest thing in the world. I mean, like I say, you see traveling called in every WNBA game at some point by both teams. Moving your feet, thinking too much, without putting the ball down, and Natasha Howard did it constantly. It was like, come down, Natasha Howard's in the open. She starts walking with the ball, then she starts dribbling. Travel. Multiple possessions. That was huge. At the 7:07 mark, and like I said, it was 55-48 at the end of the third. Indiana makes it 55-50. And you're like, okay, they might be able to pull this out. And it was 7 minutes and 7 seconds left. And Ariel Powers fouls a shooter on a 3. She makes Kate Martin. Kate Martin makes the 3. Flagrant landing zone violation. She makes the free throws. And from that point on, they still the inbounds get that. Rupert gets that. Carla Late comes down, gets that. And that's where they lost the game right there. And in that little stretch from 7:07 to the 5-minute mark, when Indiana finally scored, that did them in. And that was enough. Not to mention later in the fourth, Carla Late is being guarded by Natasha Howard and puts her in the blender. Step back long jumper, throws up a rainbow, hits that bad boy, gets fouled, and won. Another miscue by Natasha Howard. And Indiana goes on to lose. Never close than that 55-50 at the 7:07 mark. Constantly tried to shoot threes. Shot 6 out of 30, 20% from three. Shot 33% from the field on 63 shots. When you played LA and you had over 80 shots. 80 shots the game before. Almost 17 less. And you shot 20% worse. 83% from the free throw. Everybody on this entire effing team get a boo-boo sticker. The coaching staff get a double boo-boo sticker, doo-doo sandwich with cheese. Hold the mayo. If Ariel Powers is your leading scorer, you're going to lose. You are playing the game I want you to play. Aaliyah Boston didn't score her first points until the second quarter with 5 minutes. After getting like 6 shots at the goal against LA. 2 of 7 in 30 minutes with 4 points and 6 rebounds and 3 assists. 3 steals. Odyssey Sims, for as great as she played against LA, reason why she not in LA, 1 of 10. 1 of 5 from 3 with 5 stinky points and 5 assists. Kelsey effing Mitchell, 2 of 10 from 3. Just kept firing them SO. There was times where there was 1 pass on a possession and Kelsey Mitchell was firing that bad boy up. Auditioning for your next team. I wish you well. 4 of 14 from the field, 14 points. Lexi Hull, 2 of 5, 8 points, 2 of 5 from 3. This game is one they missed Sophie Cunningham. They needed on-ball defenders because they were getting murdered. Damaris Dantas, not sure why she's on the team. Brianna Turner, 18 minutes for Brianna Turner. 1 shot, made 2 points. All this year, they haven't played Brianna Turner. And now all of a sudden at the end of the year, now she's getting minutes. Weirdest shit I've ever seen. Shea Petty, nothing. 10 minutes, 0 for 3, big ass bagel. And then Ariel Powers, 6 of 13, 1 of 5 from 3, 17 points, shot 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Folks, Ariel Powers, since she's been with the Fever, has shot 33%, 33%, 33%, 46%. So overall, she's shooting 36% from the field. So Ariel Powers is not good. And Ariel Powers, since she's got with the Fever, has played less than 15 minutes, not one time. It's been 15 minutes, 18 minutes, 19 minutes, 20 minutes. You know who ain't playing? Michaela Timpson. Natasha Howard goes as Michaela Timpson goes. Natasha Howard ain't going because Michaela Timpson ain't playing. Simple and plain. Did not play, coach's decision. Golden State balled the F out. Janelle Salon, 3 of 5 from 3. She was cooking early. They didn't miss threes, damn near. They were 9 of 10 in the first quarter alone. That was it. They did the same thing to the Mystics. 10 points. Tammy Finn Bailey. If I'm Indiana, one of the first things I do after, if they even have a league next year, I go get Tammy Finn Bailey. And the reason why, because as long as Tammy Finn Bailey exists in this league, she is the kryptonite to Aaliyah Boston's black ass. Aaliyah Boston is a scary coward when she plays this woman, and it's because Tammy was on the team, and Tammy seems to know how to get in Aaliyah Boston's head. Aaliyah Boston wasn't getting in that paint with assertiveness. I saw several times where Tammy Finn Bailey was pushing Aaliyah Boston's big ass out of that paint and making her be a face-up shooter. First half, the first shot I believe that Aaliyah Boston even shot was a three-pointer, and I was like, Jesus, Red Hulk gone. Here come the cowardly line. Iliana Rupert, 32 minutes, 8 of 12, 5 of 8 from 3, 21 points. That's the stat line of a professional women's basketball player. That's what you want to see. High level shooting. Kalia Charles, who hadn't been there but a bucket, got this girl from the Dallas Wings, 4 of 7, 9 points. Veronica Burton, probably going to win most improved player, 3 of 9. 13 freaking assists, 8 points. Was getting the ball to people in the right spot, and they were connecting. Letitia Amer only had 4 points off the bench. Kate Martin plays her best games when she's playing against Caitlin Clark-led teams. Don't know what it is, but Kate Martin shows up when she sees her ex-teammate on that damn sideline, and she cooked. 3 of 3 from 3, 3 or 4 from the field, had 10 points, only played 15 minutes. That's what you want off your bench. Carla Lake, 21 minutes, had 7 points, shot 3 of 7. 50% from the field. 63% from 3. And only shot 9 free throws. That 19 assists, had 19 turnovers. Like I said, this was a sloppy game. Sloppy game. Indiana, 15 assists, 14 turnovers. Sloppy game. But that paint, Indiana only had 24 points in the paint. They had 52 against the Sparks. They didn't play their game. They played selfish basketball because their coach is a selfish idiot. They played just like their coach wanted them to play. Just do what the hell you want to do. Don't play team basketball. Don't funnel everything through Aaliyah Boston and get easy looks, because she's going to get triple and double teamed. And that'll leave you wide open. Oh, no. Just play iso ball and try to shoot through this zone, and you'll be okay. And when you get to the rack, you're going to blow it up close. Even the announcers said, men can't make layups. Neither team. They were dissing their own freaking team in this game. Golden State out-rebounded them 34-30. Got more assists. Indiana led them in steals 8-6. Golden State had more turnovers, but those threes made the difference. And that's because you could not defend on the ball. Natasha Howard, Rubert's 6'4". A 6'4" center that's basically playing power forward and can shoot. Matchup, bad matchup. Bad matchup. Not who you want Howard guarding. Howard's age is starting to show, and she's dwindling. She's winding down because she's not getting any fucking rest from the bench. She's not getting anything from the bench. Nobody on that bench is helping her. Not like it was when Michaela was playing. If you go look at their stats side by side, as Natasha Howard plays less and Timpson plays less, they're struggling. They're struggling. And that's what happened tonight. Bad coaching caught a team on fire with the threes. Didn't play team defense, didn't play team basketball, and you got your ass beat. And now you've went from the 6th seed to the 8th seed, and the Sparks still have a chance to make the playoffs. They are not eliminated because they won a tough game as well against the Mystics. They're still in it. You have not put the nail in the coffin. Every game down the stretch is going to be interesting because today they're 8. They could be 7 tomorrow. You just never know. But this one was this one you needed, especially with them coming off a back-to-back. You needed to get this win, and they failed to do so. But let me know your thoughts on this game. Leave your comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.